You good?
Good on my side. Good
All
on my
right.
side.
Now I'm going to do a countdown. I'm going to 3, 2, 1, then clap. So I got to get all this synced up, okay?
Do I got to clap?
You got to clap when I 3, 2, 1, clap, okay?
Okay.
All right. You ready?
This
Okay.
is going to go so well.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. What was this bring apart thing?
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All right, so I didn't know it was going to be this difficult to get set up. I apologize. I did not explain all the technical stuff that was going to have to happen for this to work.
Okay. We've been doing a podcast for 10 years, dude. You got to spell it out for me.
I apologize. And I'm throwing a whole new wrinkle into this thing with this new format that thankfully you said you would do. I'm excited about this. It's a regular podcast, but shorter. But we had the video element too.
And it's just us talking. And I'm like, okay, so why? Why do you want to do this? Explain this to me. What wild hair?
Okay. Well, number one, and we talked about this before, is because now we can do some cool stuff with taste buds. And we were supposed to try something this time that we were warned that, hey, there's a little heat on this that's going to last with you a while. So what we could do is we can actually try this first and see if there's really heat that stays with us through the whole show.
Okay. So I want to just point out to you, and I'm just talking with you here.
Sure.
Is the reason why I was late. I had to go take some Tums. So if I have to bolt after I do this, it's all on you. Okay.
Well, remember, this is uncut and unedited.
I understand this, and I want you to understand this. This is raw, literally.
This is raw, pretty much like our theme song here.
Taste buds. Taste buds.
Do you have to do the stink
Taste
face when you hear this? I do.
Oh, dude. Because every time I hear it, I think of durian. Two incredible stuff. Taste buds. Two incredible stuff. Taste buds. They're just a bunch of.
All right, so the drink that you got me is one of these brand new Cokes that I've seen everybody talking about. Can I tell you an issue I have with this thing? This is the Coca-Cola Dream World, at least at 0 sugar, which is nice, right?
Which almost, so when I got these, I had to run back into Aldi's and say, ooh, I grabbed the wrong ones. I got the full test ones, and I said, and the girl's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got the wrong one. I got to run back there and do that. She's like, just do it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, 0 sugar, so you're good to go, man.
No, but here's the issue I have with these. The Coke's been coming out with these odd titled or named drinks, but there's no hint of what it is.
No,
I mean, wouldn't you think it'd sell better if they kind of said what kind of flavor? Does it say it on here somewhere?
No, but they've been saying this is what your dream world tastes like. This is what your star, whatever the last one was that tasted pure vanilla, which by the way, so I got those and no one wanted them. And so my yard was fertilized with it. I had
Wait, you poured them out?
Oh yeah. Nobody was drinking that crap. Everybody was like, ugh, that's
not
nasty.
Good. That's not good for your lawn.
Now you tell me.
All right, let's see what this is. Now this is one of these teeny little cans.
They're all come in these little teeny cans. They're not going to come out. Why would you produce something in a big old can that you know is not going to last very long? You know what I'm saying? And so I think there's only doing 4 of these, and this might be the last one.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what this last one tastes like then.
Can't even get the stupid thing open.
All right, so somebody had kind of teased what this was.
Yeah.
It smells like mango.
It smells.
What do you think?
I've been drinking Pepsi Mango Zero. So.
Oh, is that not it then?
I'm not. Maybe we'll have to come down to the taste buds.
All right, here we go. Let's try this. It's pretty good. Is it mango?
Somebody said cough syrup one time.
It's not that bad.
Mm-mm.
That's fine.
It's a drink.
It's zero sugar. I appreciate it. All right. So these other things that we got. So when we were at Gen Con, T is it Cares? Caires. T's been around forever in board games. Used to be a content creator. Used to work for Haba. Done a lot of stuff. T reached out to us and said, "Hey, I want to give you guys something." So at Gen Con, we did a swap. We gave some moon pies, and we got these Takis. Now I took them out of the bag, and they're called
flat because you took them out of the bag.
Well, we only had one bag.
I understand, but still, if they go flat, and by the time we got to these, this will ruin the taste. I'm putting this all on you.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
These are called Blue Heat, and T said, "Look, this heat's going to stay with you for a while." So,
didn't Ed Asner star in that Blue Heat? No, that was in The Heat of the Night.
Wow. So here's the thing: I've never had a Taki before.
I haven't either. I mean, this is supposed to be you and I just talking, and that's what we're doing here.
And that's what we're doing. I'm just saying.
This is real,
and it's blue.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Are you? Hey! Oh,
what?
The whole thing.
Oh, is there a filling in it?
There's durian. No, there's not.
Oh, don't say that.
Getting a little heat.
Be a bad.
Not much.
Not much. Those are good.
They're good. They're real good.
They're good.
You know what's amazing? I couldn't stand spicy stuff. I really couldn't.
You can't?
But I have grown into it. Matter of fact, the other day, chicken wings were on sale at $3.99 a pound.
Uh-huh.
And I was brave. I got the Cajun seasoned ones from the Harris Teeter, and I was like, this is good. And Donna was like, this has got some heat. How are you doing this? And I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, but you've trained me well, you know?
So we can ramp up the heat's what I'm hearing.
No, we don't need to.
Well, how bad's this? This is pretty mild. I mean, medium, maybe.
It's got some on the back. I mean, I'm tasting it. I mean, it's nothing that
That's what T said, too. There's something on the back end that'll kind of stay with you for a while.
Exactly.
All right. We're good.
Okay.
We got a drink. We got a drink. We got a snack. So here's the thing, man.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm
not going to eat all of this. No, this is not something like, what's your favorite chip?
My favorite potato chip?
Or chip, any chip.
Well, it's got to be some sort of kettle.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I love kettle chips. I'm
all over Frito-Lay corn chips.
Oh, any chip whatsoever. Yeah. I like Frito-Lays, but I like a good potato chip. And I like the kettle corn, kettle fried, whatever they're called.
Okay. This does not go with this.
No, it doesn't.
That's ruining the taste of this.
That's pretty good, though. I'm going to keep these snacks when I come home. So anyway, T, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the moon pies. I really enjoyed these. I love the Taste Bud segment. We get to try so many different things.
I know. Pink lemonade, Pop-Tarts. I saw on Twitter where someone asked you the question is Hot Pockets just savory Pop-Tarts?
I think
we'll have to discuss that.
That's a great discussion topic. So don't let us forget that. Is Hot Topics just savory Pop-Tarts? That's a good question.
So the whole purpose of this was you just wanted to talk about topics of interest briefly, short with me. And I'm like, I can do this. I think.
So to me, it kind of throws back to the whole origin of our show. Remember
how to teach board games? Well, we failed miserably.
We failed miserably. Boy, that's another story. Maybe we'll tell that in a second. So originally, our catchphrase, I think it may still be on the website, was two guys with the mic talking about board games.
Just like our show, Too Long.
Like the
show
name.
the show, the name, the catchphrase.
Too long. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So anyway, when we first started the show 10 years ago, we used to just sit around with friends after a board game and just talk. We chit-chatted. We talked about the game, talked about whatever. And the whole concept of this show was like, hey, why don't we just turn on mics like if we're after a board game, we're just sitting around talking, and Thus, the show was born somewhat from that idea. So now, 10 years later, the show has become extremely produced, right? There's segments and there's sponsors and there's music that I put in there and all this stuff. So it's very produced. We have, have our notes every time that we record. We have rule books open and references and our show notes and everything. So this was just kind of you and I for like 30 minutes. Just sit back, just pick a topic and just chill and hang out.
So it only took us 8 years to get notes.
We were using notes before 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It was like 3 or 4 lines in the Excel spreadsheet for our episode show notes. It was the episode number, our title, and then all of a sudden the 4 things we were going to talk about. And then I got froggy and decided I would do, an executive summary, and I had an entire template for us to build on. And I would send that over to you. That lasted maybe 3 shows. And then, we're getting a good thunderstorm. Sweet. Nothing like a good southern thunderstorm.
Oh, I love it. Man, I love it. Takes away some of the heat and everything. It's nice.
Yeah, did you get one tonight? Yeah.
I actually heard it raining. That's good. See, now normally in a regular episode, I would get rid of heard it and replace it with say, I heard rain earlier, but it's not thundering.
It's not. Okay. Yeah,
see, this is also too, we're raw here. Oh, well, that sounds kind of weird. But anyway, this is just, it's just where you and I don't know what's going to, here's the thing. The phone could ring. The dog is definitely going to start barking at some point in time during one of these, guaranteed.
And I guarantee you, Don's going to print something. The printer's right there.
Right in the room with you?
Yeah. So, as you can tell, my backdrop has changed.
Yes, it has. Usually
so you don't have the unmade bed behind me.
Yeah, you're usually recording in a bedroom.
And I'm recording in a bedroom now. But this is the downstairs bedroom because we had to shift. I had to shift to so I'm on site. I have to go into work, but they are knocking the interior of our building out. So I had to make a home office for me. Donna has one. I did not have one. So she basically took over and I would go up and record our show normally in that room and just push stuff and just hit the record button and set the mic up and I was ready to go. But now I've set up a whole different office. I actually got it looking almost professional. There's games behind. Games behind me. Got in my way, man. You see, I got games behind me. That's unusual.
I can actually barely see them, but
you can barely see them. I got Art Nova back there, Santa Monica, Dragon Castle, Cryo, The Hunger. All that's back there, man. Look at that.
Oh, we need to get the Hunger expansion.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. So anyway, the idea for this was we're just going to pick a topic, right? It's going to be, it could be generic. And maybe it's one of those that we find a game that we're super interested in and we just like, man, I just want to talk about that for a while. Or maybe some other discussion topic. I know one of the ones we had talked about was we've been getting into historical games. Maybe we talk about some historical games we think are good for people to get into that are short, like 30 minutes or less or 45 minutes or less. Do some comparison discussions between different things. We've never done really top anything. We've never in 10 years really talked about our top anything. So this format would be good just to kind of talk about stuff like that.
So we were asked at Gen Con, Connor from Inside Up Games looked at me.
Yes.
And he goes, ooh, that's kind of bright. But there we go. Sorry about that. He looked at me and goes, because you're getting all excited. What were you getting excited about? Was it comics or video games?
I think it was video games. I think
video games. Yeah. And he asked me. He goes, "What gets you? What topic would get you excited?" And when you pitched this to me, I was like, "Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Watching me get excited." Well, I think we were spending 30 minutes trying to negotiate what would it get the creative juices, the excitement talking. And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't think you came up with anything.
I said, maybe travel. Maybe. I don't know. That gets me, where I'm going, what I'm doing, what kind of travel I'm going to do. But other than that. So, I mean, from a board game perspective, I think.
Okay. What gets you excited when it comes to board games?
What if I can get it played in under 2 hours? That's a beautiful thing.
So length is important to you.
Oh, length will always be important to me.
Really? What about if it's just an amazing game that just goes on for over 2 hours?
Okay. We've been doing this podcast for 10 years. Let's reflect back. What do I normally do during a board game that starts getting past that hour and a half?
Yeah, but has there not been games where you were engaged in after an hour and a half?
I don't know. I'm always engaged. It's just I start getting up, perusing the shelves, walking around.
No, that's true. In fact, you're coming over to my house this weekend to play some games that we're going to talk about on the next episode. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I got one I got to learn. I don't know if we'll be playing it. So I'm working.
Quartermaster General?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the big one that we want to get together.
That's the big one. Okay,
because we got 5 people that's coming, and we were told by Aries Games that Quartermaster General was really good with 5.
Okay, noted.
Noted. Because I was actually going to say we're getting together tomorrow night to God. What are we playing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we're playing
the Firefly Misbehaving Deck Builder game.
You're also supposed to bring Acropolis.
Yes.
And I've already taught the game we're playing before our game buddy shows up. The dungeon roll and write.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That game is pretty cool. And I'm not a big roll and write person, but that game kind of got me interested.
Mm-hmm. So that's the pregame warm up. And then you're supposed to be teaching me our Acropolis and also the Firefly deck building game and see if it can hold up to the incredible My Little Pony deck building game that we just played.
Yeah, which I can't wait to talk about next episode.
Yes.
Which was kind of a surprise. So it kind of worked out to where we get to play 2 new deck builders and compare them and contrast them in the next show.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question for you. Now,
sure,
if we're going to keep doing this once a month or however much, I know December will be kind of tricky, but if we do this,
yeah.
And I made sure that I did this because I noticed what you were wearing. I put on my moon pie shirt. Are we going to try to coordinate our wardrobes?
So number one, when you first sat down, you were wearing just a regular t-shirt. And then we were getting ready to get started. Actually, we hit the record button. You said, wait a minute, do I need to put on a better shirt? And you run out and then you come back and you have them. I mean, we can if you want to. This is something I just pulled out. And look, if you look on the video on our YouTube channel, if you look over my left shoulder, there's a moon pie thing right behind my left shoulder.
One day we might get $1 from them. One day.
Yeah. So for years, it's been a dream. $1 to have them sponsor the show in some sort of way. That would be just absolutely amazing.
I mean, I will sit here and I will put a moon pie on this desk and I will eat a moon pie through this segment.
That's right. They could totally sponsor this segment. This segment, which actually has this episode, which has no name, which I like. We're just sitting around, 2 guys just talking about games and everything like that. You know, it's funny. I used to love, and I've talked about this on the show. We were really into Lord of the Rings trading card game, and after softball games, heading over to McDonald's and sitting down trying to get in a game before we had to go home.
Mm-hmm. I know we would meet for lunch. I guess after softball, sure, we did that too. We did it once or twice. We would do it when we would like 10-run rule team and get out, with a couple extra innings. So we thought, hey, we got a little bit of time. Let's go play a card game. Mm-hmm. So where were you going with this?
I don't know. It's one of those things that I just didn't. That's where kind of the whole thing came from. Then we had our friends that we would get together with and game. And even now to this day, the game that's on the table, I don't really care what it is. I know you get antsy if it goes more than 90 minutes, but I don't really care. Even on our weekly game nights, we spend the last 15, 20 minutes just sitting around talking.
Mm-hmm. Or waiting. But yes, we do. We do that, eat our dinner and things like that. Merchant. Oh gosh, let me see if I can remember the full.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers, not villagers, like you said in one of our last episode.
Fair.
So I pulled that out.
Uh-huh.
That was lightning. I saw the big lightning flash on the side there. See, I'm a squirrel. I'm So
Like I said, raw and uncut.
I got that on the table with my wife Donna.
Okay.
You are not getting that back.
Oh, she really liked it, huh?
She freaking loved it. You can play it all you want. You can ask me to bring it, and you can use the sponsorship of the Moon Pie money that we get to buy your own copy, or I'll pay half of yours if you want one.
Right.
But I've never seen her. Well, not true. Ooh, thunder shook the house. Yeah. It was she latched on to Role Player, and she really dug this. And I go and look at all these maps. You know.
Oh, that's right. There's so many maps in that game to play.
Man, I was like, so you're really digging this, because one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm culling out. I'm getting ready for Mega Moose Con and getting our big sale ready. Okay, the RDTN clearance sale. And I'm pulling out games, and I'm like, okay, do you like this one? And do you like this one? She's like, I don't remember. So we're having to play a lot so I can make sure I take them in the car down to Mega Moose Con so that we can put them on the table for $5 or $10. And these are, games I've bought and stuff.
I think one reason why that game excels so well is because of the solitaire nature, and it works with any player count.
Yeah.
Because of that, because you're not really affecting anybody else with that game. I was going to say, I just really like how the cards work. Of you got the same cards every era, but you add one each era that's a special card for you to use, which is cool.
Yes, the only time there's interaction is who can do something first and get that special bonuses.
True.
But once again, it was very balanced. She was like, she thought I was losing badly, and I actually won by like 3 points. And she goes, where did you make it up? And I said, it was during the Merchant Explorer that I got 24 points on that because I was able to complete 2 trade routes. She goes, okay, I see how you did that. And I said, yeah, that made up a huge difference. So, and here, as I'm sitting here playing with my Chip Theory Games business card, which, by the way,
I know what you're going to bring up.
Oh, Mr. I got a sword. It took me to the Big Bang Theory when they were arguing over Grey Wolf.
Yeah. So, all right.
I mean, everybody, what was this? It became an internet thing. And you said, we're going to send out something for our strike tournament of swords at the strike tournament. No, we're not going to do that.
I didn't say that.
You tweeted it.
I said that I would send out swords. I said I would bring this and you have it at the strike tournament.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I misunderstood. That's me on Twitter. What'd you say?
So
okay,
can you see me trying to check a hand sword through TSA? That'd go really well.
No, well, in the Charlotte Douglas Airport, heck, some of the things they pull aside, you never do know.
Yeah, so this was out of the blue. We got this long box. I thought it was like for a poster side, roll up a poster or a big playmat or something from Chip Theory Games. And I open it, and inside is this sword that's promoting a game that we talked about that we got to see at Gen Con. Oh my gosh. Hoplomachus or something.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Because you know what I'm going to call it. You know what I'm going to call it.
I'm going to call it Victorum. Because it's colon Victorum, which is a solo game from Chip Theory Games. And so that's getting ready to come out. And it's kind of it was a really nice letter that was included from Chip Theory Games. Said, hey, this is sent out to several content creators. Thank you for doing a thankless job. Most content creators, this isn't their full-time job. A majority aren't. And you and I just do this for fun. Again, we started this show 10 years ago just because we want to have fun and sit around and talk about games. And we still have fun and sit around and talk about games. But anyway, so they sent out these turned swords. These are like real swords, man. I cannot wait to show you this thing. It's like, do you watch Forged in Fire?
Yes. I've watched a few of the episodes, yes.
Okay. So this has like patterns in it. And I watched that show enough to know that when you can put patterns in steel, it's done with a type of forging called canister Damascus, where you have a canister and you pour in different types of metal into it. And then when you throw it into the forge, it welds together, and then you smash it. And how you smash it creates these really cool patterns in the blade or in the metal and stuff. And that's what's in this thing. It is a nice piece of work, and I cannot wait to show it to you. So it was a really cool little gesture. Of course, some people were, hey, they're just buying a positive review from you. It's like,
they don't know me.
No, they don't know Tony.
I do not hold back. I mean, some of that editing, this is one thing that will happen.
What's that?
This raw stuff.
Yeah.
They will get to see the full Grump Tony come out on. If you start talking about something, I don't hold back. I'm too old to hold back.
Yeah.
So yes,
man,
I can't.
Old man yelling at clouds. Anyway.
Yeah. McAllister's, don't bring it in. You don't.
Well, no, Saturday. I'll have it here Saturday when you're here.
Oh, Saturday. Okay. I thought maybe you're bringing it to game night tomorrow night. And
no,
I would be like looking at it from the standpoint, okay, we can do this in the parking lot. I can see us getting called. Charmac police shows up for two guys wielding a sword and playing sword fighting in the parking lot. This would not go well for us. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, that was really cool. And then it kind of showed up all over Twitter. Everybody who got one, shared a picture of the sword. Is that what that's called?
Twitter?
Twitter. Yeah, I know.
I don't do any of this stuff.
Yeah, shoot. You know what? If it wasn't for the show that we had, I wouldn't do Twitter either.
I know. It's not worth the time.
No.
So, look. We just finished up. My wife, 3,000 pieces, 1,000 each of mystery puzzle set. Okay?
Which is what?
Where there's a mystery in each puzzle and you have to solve the mystery. So, we do puzzles all the time.
Yeah.
And actually the puzzle has nothing to do with the mystery other than the final scene. There's no clues in it. It's hilarious. It's like the book that came with it. I commend them for trying to write it, but it reminds me of a Hallmark script. Kind of funny.
How many puzzles do you do a year?
Donna and I probably do... let's see, the past year we've done close to one a month, maybe.
Wow.
We're up to 15. We're up to 15 this year.
Wow. Do you glue them and hang them somewhere?
No, share the love, man.
You take them apart?
Yeah. How else can I get them to somebody else to do?
I know. It's just like if you put the time, put the effort together, you'd, put the glue on it and just hang it somewhere.
The only one we've ever glued has been the Ravensburger World Puzzle. That's 3,000 pieces. We put that together and we've got it pinned to show all the places we've visited. So that one's been done. I almost glued the Thunderworks role player ones together, but I decided I didn't want to do that. I wanted to share those. So those have been passed along to a house. That's one thing about puzzles. I've never redone one and I never will.
That makes sense.
But people do, and that's great. Nothing, but that's not me. No. So has my 30 minutes up yet?
Jeez. Well, actually, it is just about there. I mean, so it's funny when we started this, it was like, okay, you had, I think I had the idea like every episode is basically answering a question. And I said, what should this first episode be? And you came back and said, why are we doing this? Or what is this? What is this show about? Why are we doing this? And so while this one was kind of like setting up, making sure everything's going to work okay. Technically, I don't know that it is. We'll find out when I try to edit this down. So, we got the audio portion of the podcast. And then we're going to have the equivalent go up at the exact same time on YouTube. So if people want to join our YouTube channel, they come out here and see it that way too. So it's going to be two different ways to consume media. Nice thing about this is, though, by doing it this way, even though it's not, it wouldn't take a lot of editing. Let's say there's a game that we want to talk about. Maybe I wanted to show a picture of the box cover or something on the video. I can just show a quick picture of it or something like that. So, something very simple. But the idea is I wanted us just to get together and just chill, knowing that when this is over, I ain't got to go into the editing room and start, piecing everything together, removing a lot of ums and gaps. Oh, by the way, yeah, everybody's going to hear all of our ums and all that stuff that happens. I say a lot. Or I say a lot.
I always have my expressions that I say. I forget what they are.
Yeah. So anyway, it was just kind of one of those things that let's just see how this works. And once it posts, we'll see how it works. But hey, if
5 views, baby, 5 views.
5 views. I mean, yeah, we'll see. And people in a Discord channel that we have our one of the channels is just episode discussions. We'll see if there's any discussion about this episode at all. But the whole idea is that the next one would be a lot more focused. One is more focused on a very specific topic. So just kind of
why do I have 24 replies to the poll on Mayo in my BGG?
Okay, that's a good way to end this thing. I am so glad that, well, number one, that Hellman's at least pulled ahead of, what's that abomination? Miracle Whip. I'm glad you put Miracle Whip on there because people believe Miracle Whip is mayonnaise, and it's not. Salad dressing.
No, there will never be anything other than, based on where I live, anything other in this house than Duke's. That
Same
will
here.
always be.
Same
now, I am going to get the Japanese. I'm going to get the Japanese mayo they were talking about, though. I've got that on Amazon to order.
Oh, I'm interested in that. I am interested in trying. A couple people actually said that in our BGG guild. But yeah, Hellman's is fine. Duke's is a standard thing around here in the South. And then somebody posted this. This was cool too. To the west of one of the states here in the U.S., Hellman's has a different name. It's like Best Foods or something like that. Yeah. And so Adam, who was in Montana, discovered that because he was missing his Duke's. So he went and found this. He said, "Okay, that's a decent substitution because it's basically Hellman's."
Okay. Well, I'm like 24 on a poll. Okay, so I'll have to keep my polls running. I think I got another one coming up, so I got to get that figured out.
That's cool.
I try to do one every other week, or at least one a week. It depends when the muse strikes me.
The muse strikes you. Well, you know what? The muse strikes me is that
30 minutes.
We're at 30 minutes, baby. We're out.
How do I sign off? I don't say rolling dice and taking names. I don't know how to do none of that.
Let's just go bye.
No.
I
am not doing that. That is so. What is that from? Because
a lot of people do that.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, bye like that, and they say it like that.
No.
Oh yeah,
doing that.
I'm still gonna do it. Bye.